All right, welcome to Doris's Kitchen, and today we're doing our Valentine cake. And of course, you know, I'm always into using whatever you happen to have around the house. So I happen to have a round cake pan, so I did mine, just cut it. And when you do trace it, get a piece of cardboard or a paper bag or anything you have around that you can, you know, bend easy and stuff. And just trace it, but trace it from the bottom. You don't want to trace it from the top because you'll be off. Okay, trace it from the bottom, cut it out, and then immediately take the two sides and hold it like this, and then just roll your hand over till you get a center. And then what you did is just cut curve right here and right here. Now see, these are the only pieces that need to be cut because you want to have as much cake left as you possibly can. So you don't want to make your heart smaller than what the cake is. So these are the two bottoms right here, and then there's my V on the top. That's all it is like a V on the top. I mean, you can free hand cut it if you want. Just slice, take from your circle, just slice like that, and then a V. That's all you need to do on the top. But if you're afraid of messing up, go ahead and go with that. And then you used a very skinny knife. You know, the $1 specials. Use that to cut it. It cuts easier, thinner, everything's okay. So I've already, and this is a double chocolate cake. Okay, and just to add color and stuff, whoa, a little speck of cake there. A crumb. Must have been when I picked up the plate. There you go. Okay, I did my top white because when you make a batch of frosting, and you can get the recipe on how to do frosting from scratch and stuff on my doll cake, Barbie doll cake and stuff, and just cut that recipe in half because you don't need too much frosting. This is only a 1 layer and stuff. And I started out with just the white, then I added a little bit of pink color to make my sides pink, just to add more color, because when you're having a dinner and everything, the more colors you add to things, you know, it's always nicer, brighter. Okay, and then I wrote I love you, so now all I have is the decorations on top here to do, and the bottom, which is what I'm going to do right now. Okay, just to give you an idea of what it's going to end up looking like. See, and that will help to cut the line between your white and your pink. Now it's always easy to turn around and just go to the store, pick up a cake, you know, or take your loved one out to eat into town and stuff in a fancy restaurant. But that's not really what Valentine is all about. Valentine is really about giving of yourself. So don't be afraid to bake yourself a cake. Don't need to go buy a fancy pan, as I showed you already. You just need to put some time into it. Give of yourself. That's what Valentine is really all about. You don't have to be a professional like the big bakers or anything like that. That's not what people are looking for. See how beautiful that's turning out? Now I'll put another layer at the bottom too. Okay, so I've also fixed a stuffed shell casserole to go because I'm having some people over. I have one in a glass pan and I have one in a metal pan because we're going to have a storm here. It's supposed to start this afternoon and it's going to run for a few days. So all of you who know, you know, how to deal with the bad weather, my guess will still have a meal because I can lay it on top of the pellet stove. Warm it right up, even though we lose power. And then you're saying, well, if you lose power, a pellet stove runs with power. Well, that's what generators are all about. So we have that. So we'll have a generator to keep ourselves warm. We'll be eating by the firelight because of the glass door that shows the flames. So no matter what happens, we're going to have our Valentine's dinner. Of course, I also fixed up some salads and everything this morning. Only because, you know, then just cover it with saran wrap. As soon as my stuffed shells are cooled down enough, I'll cover that up too. Put that in the refrigerator. But I wanted to make sure my vegetables were all peeled and everything before the storm comes. Because we do lose, I mean, I live out in the country. We lose power a lot. So a lot of trees go down when you have a snowstorm. So it's always good to be prepared. So I know no matter what, I will be prepared to feed my guests. So this is how the first layer goes. You have some of those little heart candy and stuff. After you put your bottom layer, you can turn around and put them around the bottom. And they'll soften because, you know, when you buy them, they're hard. But because of the frosting, and you keep it overnight, because, you know, Valentine's tomorrow, they'll soften. So it won't, you won't have a problem with some of your guests being able to eat them, chew them, or whatever. So don't be afraid. Give of yourself. Valentine is not about how much money you have. It's about giving of yourself. And you don't have to be a perfectionist, because I definitely am not. I'm not a cake, you know, someone who sells cakes or any of that stuff. Special caterer or whatever. I'm just simple me. A mom, grandma, great-grandma, that's all I am. So I hope you enjoyed learning a few little tips and learning how to get a little bit prepared here for storms, especially with the special Valentine coming right up. Always got to be prepared. Better safe than sorry, you know that old saying. This is it. I still got some sewing and everything to do because my granddaughter, one of my granddaughters, helped me with making a special pillow for a great-grandson that's on the way. So when she got done, she said she wanted one. So you'll see that my next video, if I don't lose power by this afternoon, will be making her special pillow. Because it's pink, because it's Dora the Explorer. Because she requested to have one, so she has to have her own special pillow too. So when she comes over this afternoon, I will have her help me stuff it. Hopefully, I'm hoping that I can get it, the outside sewed before I turn it over and she sees what it is. And so that you can all see the excitement and everything. She's quite the bubbly little girl. So I hope you've enjoyed my bringing this to you. Keep Valentine's nice and simple. Don't make it an expensive, stressful affair. And just do it for yourself. Bake it yourself. They appreciate it a lot more if they know that you've done it. Alright, and there is my cake. Looks like a box of chocolate. Let's pick it up and eat the chocolate inside, which is devil chocolate, which is super good. Alright, I had another one ready. I thought I'd need another one, but I didn't. There you go. Alright, so happy Valentine to everybody. Hope your day is special. I hope your meal is special. I hope you thought ahead, because we're having an awful lot of storms this winter, losing a lot of power all over the place. And if you do lose power, hey, invite the neighbor over too, you know? Because not everybody has a generator and stuff. This way, everybody gets to stay warm and have a nice meal. All right, bye-bye now.